watching Luntha TV, and it's time for our 7:30 news bulletin. My name is Tandiwe Nzumara. First, the headlines. Pope Leo XIV reflects on martyrdom and Christmas joy amid global fear and conflict. Tragic Nchou District road crash claims 5 lives, injures several. Lilongwe City Council calls for stronger partnerships to improve maternal health services. And in our exclusive report this week, Alfred Mateyu seeks the views of teachers, parents and learners on the ban of summer school during school breaks. We have the details to these stories and more, to stay with us. On the feast of St. Stephen, the first martyr of the Church, Pope Leo XIV invited the faithful to contemplate martyrdom not as an end but as a beginning, a birth into heaven that reveals what it truly means to come into the light. Greeting pilgrims gathered in St. Peter's Square for the Angelus on the day traditionally known by early Christians as St. Stephen's birthday, the Pope recorded the ancient certainty that we are not born just once. With the eyes of faith, he said, even death is no longer darkness. Martyrdom is a birth into heaven, describing it as a passage illuminated by love rather than obscured by fear. We have more details in this Vatican News report read by Alfred Mateyu.
Reflecting on the account from the Acts of the Apostles, Pope Leo XIV pointed out the striking image of Stephen before the council. The Pope explained that this is the face of the one who does not leave history indifferently, but responds to it with love. He said Stephen's life and death mirror the divine love that appeared in Jesus, the light that shines in our darkness. From Bethlehem to martyrdom, the Holy Father traced a single thread, the call to live as children of God. He said the birth of the Son of God draws humanity as it did Mary, Joseph and the shepherds with their humility. Yet, he acknowledged the beauty of such a life is also rejected. He noted that from the very beginning, his magnetic force has provoked the reaction of those who struggle for power, of those unsettled by a goodness that exposes injustice and reveals the intentions of their hearts. Pope Leo XIV insisted that still no power can prevail over God's work. Even today across the world, there are those who choose justice even at great cost, who place peace before fear and service of the poor before self-interest. He said from these choices, hope then sprouts, making celebration possible even amid suffering. The Pope did not shy away from the realism of the present moment. In a world marked by uncertainty and pain, joy can seem unattainable. He noted that those who believe in peace and follow the unarmed path of Jesus and the martyrs are often ridiculed or excluded, sometimes even accused of siding with enemies. Pope Leo XIV continued to say that at the heart of the Christmas mystery is a joy sustained by those who already live fraternity, who recognize in every person, even in adversaries, the indelible dignity of the daughters and sons of God. Bringing his address to a close, Pope Leo XIV entrusted the faithful to bless the Virgin Mary, and finally inviting all to contemplate her, he prayed that she might lead the world into her own joy, a joy that dissolves all fear and all threats just as snow melts before the sun.
Lilongwe City Council has appealed for stronger partnerships to improve maternal health services, saying the welfare of expectant mothers should be a shared responsibility among leaders, communities and development partners. Mayor Alex Peter Banda says city authorities alone cannot fully address the challenges faced by women during pregnancy and childbirth, hence the need for combined efforts to support hospitals and vulnerable families. He made these remarks at Waila Hospital in Lilongwe during a community outreach exercise where the council interacted with expectant mothers and women who had recently delivered in the nursery department. We have more details on this report filed by Phyllis Chizombe.
Banda said many women still struggle to access basic necessities while in labor wards, a situation that undermines both their dignity and recovery during one of the most difficult periods of their lives. Banda added that providing even small forms of support can restore hope and reduce anxiety among mothers who endure long hours of labor under harsh social and economic conditions. He therefore appealed to the corporate world, faith-based organizations, and community groups to come forward with both material and moral support, noting that maternal warfare directly influences the well-being of families and the future of the city.
This is an important thing because we are here to help the women. You know, the labor time, even May, it was passing in a dumping way. So this is an important thing, important way to help the women in the way of giving them soap and anything, everything you have. So this is an important day because we are helping them in ways.
Speaking after the outreach exercise, Waila Hospital Senior Nursing Officer Temeka Mtenje Mwenda hailed the council for the gesture, saying the donations will assist mothers in their recovery journey. She, however, noted that the facility still faces shortage of essential equipment required for smooth operations and quality service delivery.
So this support is very, very important, considering that our patients that we are having, they don't stay for a shorter period, but they stay for a longer period in this department, for like nursery department. So giving them soap, giving them milk, I've seen pampers and all that is going to be very helpful to them. I've also seen some drinks like Sobo, which will also be very beneficial to them because they need to take a lot of fluids per day so that they can also produce a lot of milk to feed their infants. So indeed, they're going to help us. They're going to help our patients, even our babies, in many ways.
Among the items donated were soap, Sobo squash, sugar, and milk.
The Non-Communicable Diseases NCD Alliance says it has registered key milestones in 2025, including the mobilization of community-based NCD support groups and strengthened engagement with people living with non-communicable diseases to promote fairness and equitable access to health care services, as well as prevention efforts. Dingani Miti, who is one of the members of the alliance, says a review of the country's NCD response has shown the need to push for people living with NCDs to take a leading role in policy formulation and decision-making processes by claiming their space. We have more details in this report filed by Gift Kalunga.
After reviewing the progress of the 2025 response to the Non-Communicable Diseases Alliance through its member, Dingani Miti says it has achieved key milestones, including the successive mobilization of community groups that will play an oversight role within the localities. Miti has, however, acknowledged several challenges affecting the response to NCDs, among them limited financing, which has slowed down the implementation of planned activities in various areas, including awareness creation and coordination of interventions. He says the alliance is now working on strengthening private sector engagement to help close the existing gaps, while also investing in community structures to enhance grassroots level response to NCDs, among others.
During the review, as NCD Alliance, we have seen that there are a lot of milestones which were achieved in the year 2025, but also there are some key challenges. One of them, I can say, we have made a very huge success, especially in the area of traditional authority Kabudula and Kongoni, where we have been working with communities to mobilize groups, where we have started the conversation to bring the people together to establish community NCD support groups. Because as you know, as you are aware, Malawi have been used to HIV support groups, but now we are saying that because NCDs now are accounting almost to 32% of deaths mortality, which means we need to have stronger community structures.
Statistics show that about 22% of deaths are linked to non-communicable diseases, a situation that requires urgent attention to improve access to diagnostics and essential medical supplies. Meanwhile, the NCD Alliance has successfully mobilized support groups in traditional authorities Kabudula and Kongoni in Lilongwe district as part of efforts to address NCD-related challenges through community-driven initiatives. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
A tragic road accident at Shitali near Senzani along the M1 in Cheo district has claimed the lives of 5 people, with 3 others still receiving treatment. The crash occurred on Friday morning when a Nissan Tilda saloon carrying 4 passengers collided head-on with a Toyota Hilux driven by Zimbabwean national Ezekiel Matabili. Among the deceased, only McFarlane Banda of Shirobwe Blantyre and Rafael Chitonga of Shireka Blantyre have been identified, according to Nchau Police spokesperson Inspector Jacob Campbell. The accident has sent shockwaves through the community, prompting musician Eli Njuji to cancel his highly anticipated show, The Hive Experience, scheduled for Saturday at the Bingu International Convention Center, BICC, in Lilongwe. In a statement, Njuji said the cancellation was a mark of respect for the victims and their families, including members of his own band who were involved in the crash. Here is part of what Inspector Campbell had to say.
It was around 9 in the morning of December 26, 2025, when our officers at Senzani ahead and rushed to the scene, where they found that 2 vehicles had collided one, and 5 occupants of 1 vehicle, that's Nissan Tilda BW 2001, all sustained various degrees of injuries, and they were rushed to Baraka District Hospital, where 4 were pronounced dead upon arrival, and the other one was still receiving treatment and died in the course of receiving treatment due to internal injuries.
Remember that you're watching news coming to you live from Bishop Navy Media Center, and today with me, Tandi Wemzumara. Before you proceed, let's have another look at the headlines. Pope Leo XIV reflects on martyrdom and Christmas joy amid global fear and conflict. Tragic Nchau district road crash claims 5 lives, injures several. Lilongwe City Council calls for stronger partnerships to improve maternal health services. And in our exclusive report this week, Phyllis Chizombe seeks the views of teachers, parents and learners on the ban of summer school during school breaks. Proceeding with the news, the spirit of Christmas was on full display at St. Gabriel Hospital on the 25th of December this year, as UTM party leader Dr. Dalitso Kabambe spent time with patients and health workers, praising their commitment during the festive holiday period. Kabambe visited the hospital as part of activities marking the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, where he donated money and assorted items to patients receiving medical care. We have more details in this report read by Phyllis Chizombe.
During the visit, Dr. Kabambe took time to interact with patients, offering words of encouragement, comfort and hope during this festive season. He emphasized the importance of caring for one another, especially the sick and vulnerable, and wished patients and health workers a peaceful and blessed Christmas. He said the gesture was inspired by his Christian faith, noting that the Holy Scriptures encourage believers to share with others and celebrate together, especially during the Christmas season.
Christmas is celebration time, but sadly for our friends, during this same period when everyone else across the world are celebrating, they are ill, they are sick, they are in the hospitals. So just like God gave out his son to the world, I also thought that for me to better celebrate this day, I must also go and give the little that I have to those that are having challenges this day, they are in the hospital. So that's why I came to the hospital today after the prayers that we had in the recent prayers.
One of the hospital's senior officials, Alan Masapi, thanked Kabambe for the support and said the donation would help motivate both patients and staff, while expressing hope that the hospital will continue providing quality, healthy services.
I think generally from us as people from St. Gabriel, all we can do is to extend our gratitude to Dr. Kabambe, as well as the whole TM family for choosing us as St. Gabriel, and we really don't take that for granted. I'm sure he had a lot of options. Still, he chose us as St. Gabriel. And today being the day whereby we are celebrating Jesus Christ, he thought of coming here to see the newborns as well as those who are ill or sick. So we don't really take that for granted.
Speaking on behalf of the patients, Chinsisi Jesinala said the donation, which included soya pieces, milk, sugar, salt, maize flour, and 10,000 kwacha each, would ease their stay during the festive season. Kabambe's visit began with a prayer service at St. Gabriel Church before proceeding to the hospital. He later interacted with traders at Msondwe and Mpingo markets and is expected to visit the Maimbambande Foundation homes in Area 25, Lilongwe.
Two pedestrians have died in separate road accidents in Luntha and Lilongwe on Christmas Day, raising fresh concerns over road safety during the festive season. In Luntha, a victim only identified as Kamoto was hit by a minibus along Victoria Avenue in the early hours of December 25th and later died while receiving treatment at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital in the district. While in Lilongwe, police have launched a manhunt for a driver who fled the scene after fatally hitting a pedestrian. We have more details on this report filed by Gift Kalonga.
Speaking with Luntha TV, Blantyre Police Deputy Public Relations Officer Doris Mwita said one person only identified as Kamoto has died after being hit by a Nissan Vanette minibus along Victoria Avenue in Blantyre on Christmas Day, 25 December 2025. The accident occurred around 5 hours near Ekaya Shop as the minibus registration number CZ1322 was traveling from Victoria Traffic Lights towards FDH Bank with passengers on board when it struck the pedestrian while crossing the road. Kamoto sustained a fractured right leg, head injuries and bruised left arm, and later died while receiving treatment at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital, while the driver, 22-year-old Edward Namukwa Jr., sustained a minor injury to his left arm and the vehicle was damaged.
I can confirm that one person only identified as Kamoto has died after being hit by Nissan Vanette along Victoria Avenue in Blantyre on Christmas Day. The incident occurred at around 5 o'clock near Ekaya Shop and it involved a Vanette minibus registration number 1322, which was driven by Edward Namukwa from Blantyre district. The minibus was traveling from the Victoria Avenue traffic lights direction towards FDH Bank along Victoria Avenue with passengers on board.
Meanwhile, Central West Region Police spokesperson Foster Benjamin says police also recorded a separate fatal hit-and-run accident in Area 25 in Lilongwe, where a male pedestrian died on the spot, adding that investigations are underway and police have intensified patrols and launched a manhunt for the suspect driver.
You know, our officers who are on the ground, they are doing patrols, both foot and vehicle patrols. Community or people can feel safe as they are celebrating. So what I can emphasize is we are on the ground from Chinji, Lilongwe, Deza, and Cheu. All these places are comprising of the Central West region. And our officers, even if you go to the rural areas, will find them doing patrols. They are there.
However, Benjamin says the police will continue with patrols until the end of the festival season, urging people to follow road instructions and avoid overspeeding to reduce accidents. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
The government's ban on holiday classes has opened a nationwide conversation with voices from classrooms, homes and policy circles sharing different views on whether rest or extra lessons best serve Malawi's learners, as authorities insist the school calendar must be strictly respected. Education expert like Ambuye has welcomed the Ministry of Education's decision to ban learning activities during school holidays, describing the practice as a violation of the right to rest for both teachers and learners and a form of illegal commercialization of education. The directive affects both public and private schools nationwide. In our exclusive report this week, Phyllis Chizombe seeks the views of teachers, parents, learners on the ban of summer school during school breaks. Gift Kalonga is recording this report.
In a communication released on 19 December 2025 and signed by Secretary for Education, Science and Technology, Ken Ndala, the ministry stressed that school holidays must be strictly observed in line with the official school calendar. The statement warns that conducting lessons during break period undermines the purpose of holidays and will not be allowed under any circumstances. The ministry says holidays are intentionally set aside to allow teachers and learners time to rest, recover, and return to classes refreshed. Authorities insist that failure to respect the school calendar compromises the quality of education delivery and places unnecessary pressure on both educators and learners. Supporting the directive, education expert Ambuye described the government decision as timely and necessary. He argued that continuous teaching without rest affects performance, noting that rest is essential for effective learning just as maintenance is vital for machines. Ambuye clarified that while organized school-based holidays, classes are not allowed, parents who feel their children need extra academic support may privately engage teachers outside the formal school setting. He emphasized that this remains a personal choice rather than an institution arrangement.
Children must be given time to rest because their brains have not matured yet, that they can actually continue to be on the learning. That's number one. So it has to be understood that the ban is coming not for the first time, but a repetition of what has been said previously by the same government. Secondly, this is an initiative that has been abused. While the idea seems to be good in terms of supporting the learners to catch up
on lessons that they may not have completed within the syllabus per term. So other teachers have taken it as an opportunity for fundraising, and usually has offered opportunity for only children that are from well-to-do families to access such kind of opportunity.
However, views on the ban are divided. One parent, Gift Ziabu, says although government has banned summer school, he feels it is still important for children to attend such programs. He argues that the holidays period helps learners quickly catch up on areas they struggled during the normal classes, especially those left behind.
As for me, I disagree with government's decision to ban summer classes, because summer classes are helping our kids to, especially those kids that are struggling with, academically. Summer classes helps them to catch up. And it is so much easier for kids to enjoy classes during summertime, because they don't have exam pressure. Okay, so I believe summer classes has helped kids a lot, and because of that, I don't think it's right to ban it.
A teacher from one of the government schools who opted for anonymity said no teacher is interested in teaching learners for free.
It is not possible for someone to leave his or her side hustles to go for classes which are for free. It's not fair. So I think no one will go for that one. During holidays, most teachers have something to do in order to get something. So I think there is no one who can volunteer him or herself just to do a work that is for free.
On the other hand, Gift Sulungwe, a teacher at one of the private schools, says the ban should be option for students.
As a teacher, I think the ban on summer classes has pros and cons. On one hand, it's a win for students doing well. They get a break to rest and recharge for next term. But for students struggling, summer classes are a lifeline. They can catch up, understand concepts better, and feel more confident when school reopens. Maybe instead of a full ban, make summer classes optional. Let students who need the boost attend while others rest.
A Standard 7 learner, Doris Kariati, says summer classes are important to her because they help her understand topics she did not fully grasp during the term.
I'm not in support of banning the classes because they help us a lot in fixing our mistakes and having an improvement in education studies. Education
stakeholders remain engaged in debate, balancing the need for rest with concerns over learner performance, while authorities maintain that strict adherence to the school calendar is non-negotiable. When we tried to get the reaction of Teachers Union of Malawi TUM, General Secretary Charles Kumchenga, he declined to comment. Now, as a country, the question remains, is summer school important for your children? Should learners attend classes during holidays to catch up on what they missed during school calendar period, or should they rest, enjoy their holidays?
And that also marks the end of what we had for you in this edition of our news bulletin. But before we go, here's a reminder of the headlines. Pope Leo XIV reflects on martyrdom and Christmas joy amid global fear and conflict. Tragic Nchou District road crash claims 5 lives, injures several. Lilongwe City Council calls for stronger partnerships to improve maternal health services. And in our exclusive report this week, Phyllis Chizombe seeks the views of teachers, parents and learners on the ban of summer school during school breaks. My name is Tandiwen Zumara. Thank you for keeping me company, and do continue following the rest of our programs right here on Luntha TV. Now remember that we do have these stories and many other programs on our social media pages. We are on Facebook at Luntha Television and on YouTube at Luntha TV Official. So do make sure to like and follow those pages. However, from us, it's have a lovely, lovely weekend.